What are we celebrating today? World Read Aloud Day. Let me see. How many people love listening to stories? Wow, lots of us. I enjoy stories. Nice. And how many of us love to read aloud? All right, that's good. Getting there. Very good. Okay, you can put your hands down. So one thing I enjoy about listening to a good story or a good poem is that writers use language that transports us to a different time and place, and we share their experience. So, for example, do we celebrate Christmas in February? No. When do we celebrate Christmas? In December. But today, we are going to listen to a poem that was written about Christmas. And I want you to listen carefully how the writer uses language to create sights and smells and a feeling that reminds you of Christmas, even though it's not Christmas time, okay? Right, so the name of this poem is A Visit from St. Nicholas, the night before Christmas, but it's written from the Trini version. It was actually written by Arianna Maharaj. Arianna was a Standard 4 student of Dorado North Hindu School when she wrote this poem. So I want you to listen carefully as we listen to A Visit from St. Nicholas, a Trini version. It was Christmas Eve, when all through Tobago and Trinidad, cleaning was in a frenzy for every lass and lad. The massy bags were hung by the bedside with anticipation that Santa Claus would bring the desired PlayStation. The children were all asleep, tired from escaping chores, while visions of chicken pastelles filled their dreams for sure. And Daddy with his paintbrush and Mommy fixing the ham both thought I was asleep, but I was sampling piece of lamb. When out in the yard, I heard the dog growl. I peeped through the window to see him chasing the neighbor's fowl. I ran down the back steps and flung open the door to try and calm my dog before that fowl was no more. The moon on the top of the newly planted okra was like a big torchlight. It made everything glow. Then, what to my curious eyes should I see but a big red sleigh being led by a booty with a plump old driver, so merry and fast. I knew in a moment it was St. Nicholas at last. Faster than lightning his agouti they came, and he yelled and shouted and called them by name. Now Ram sing, now Barky soon, now Harry Lal and sing. On Thomas, on Wellington, on Copeland and Tillop sing. To the top of the roof, to the top of the wall. Now fly away all. Like a Caribbean Airlines jet heading to Tobago. They took to the sky like a full-blown tornado. Suddenly, the galvanized roof began to rattle, and the tools on the inside sounded ready for battle. I stood frozen on the back steps with my mouth wide open as he removed the toys from the sleigh. Not a word was spoken. He jumped over the banister like a ninja in red, and on the guttering almost hit his head. I held my breath, thinking he might fall, but instead he smiled. He was all right after all. He was dressed in a red Night Riders jersey, a black track pants, and a hat that read, "Proud to be a Trini." He did not resemble any picture of Santa I had ever seen, though from his head to his foot, he looked like a big red bean. He tiptoed through the back porch like a determined toddler on the floor, ran straight towards the Christmas tree. I followed because he did not close the door. His eyes twinkled like the nylon pool. His dimples looked like two cocoa beans. His cheeks were red like salt, and his nose like a button, it seemed. I saw him grin from ear to ear, a smile oh so friendly. But looking at the way his belly shook, he had one pastel too many. Like a true Trini, he was not so quiet. He dropped the toys on the floor, making such a riot. When the massy bags were filled, his tummy rumbled loudly. He devoured the fruit sponge we left him and drank the glass of Morbi happily. Luckily, my parents were out baranging, because then he tripped over the extension cord, landed on a pile of wash clothes with a thump on the hard floorboard. He arose with a giggle, threw his hamsack over his back, and darted through the door, nimble, just like Jack. When he was ready to go, he gave me a right, chuckled with a sweet eye, and then took to his flight. I rushed outside. As he flew out of sight, I heard him exclaim, "A Trini Christmas to all, and to all a good night." The end.